Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I'm a spiritual life coach, and I help you discover and integrate your own unique truth. I have a message for you today, intuitive message. Let's look at where we are. We have the Emperor. Okay, a lot of different things starting with this card. This is energy representing you as well as the lesson that is being shown to you this week. Now, the thing with the Emperor, it's really going to depend on the other cards that come out. But off the bat, the Emperor is about boundaries. He's about structure. And you also notice that he's alone on the top of this mountain. He does have a little bird with him. I should say a big bird. That's a golden eagle. But he's alone, and he's alone through these boundaries that he's created for himself. And that can be good and bad. Right? But the point is that he is sovereign of his world. He is the master of his world. And this is a big message about being the master of your world, containing your own power. He's holding on to this eagle. Eagle could easily fly away, but he's holding on to it. This is a message about containing your energy so that you can use it the way you want to use it. When you think of the Emperor, it's a very archaic idea. I mean, we have a couple kings still floating around, but we don't have any emperors floating around. Emperor is like the ultimate sovereign ruler, right? It's even above a king. So nothing comes higher than the Emperor, meaning no one else comes higher than you. Nothing else comes higher than you. You come first. And that's really the big message of this card. It can feel lonely. There's, again, nobody there with him, but sometimes that's not a bad thing. All right, let's look at beneficial energy, the Strength card. A lot of big, heavy hitters today. And then the Five of Wands, as the word is rivalry, as the energy that challenges you or pulls you back. I believe this Strength card is standing up to protect this Emperor. This Strength card is represented by this mama bear, and we all know that mama bears should not be crossed, especially if they're around their cubs. Their cubs. There's a lot of protection on this card, but there's also a reason why she's standing up. There's something that triggered this bear to stand up. So you're being asked to stand up, literally for boundaries, literally for yourself. And not just once, but many times. The Strength card usually has the infinity sign on it, and in this card it's a snake going around her feet. And snakes are that symbol of rebirth and regeneration, meaning that you're going to have to do this over and over and over and over. The Emperor didn't get to the top overnight. The Emperor got to the top through a long process and that's part of the reason why he's so strong, is because it was a long process. But he went somewhere. He went towards a pinnacle. That takes us to our next card, the Five of Feathers. They're not getting anywhere. They're involved in this struggle, this back and forth, this equally matched. But it's energy expended without a direction, without a long trajectory. So people that are kind of getting in your way, or situations where you're staying in the same place and you're not seeing growth and movement, that's the kind of thing that's going to zap and sap your energy this week. Everything about your focus this week, if you want to be on the side that's about your benefit and your positive growth, has to do with making sure that you're getting to a better place, a stronger place with boundaries, a stronger place that's not being encroached upon. It's funny, they're all over each other, right? There's no parts of their bodies that haven't been in contact with another one, but he's alone, he's separate. And she, although she's touched by this animal down here, she's also alone. She's separate. Okay, no one is messing with her. And that's really the gist of it, Aquarius, is that no one is to mess with you. No one is to mess with your energy. We want to get to the top. We don't want to be in this back and forth. Okay, let's look at some more. Extend your message. 5 of 3 cards. Okay, 5 of Cups, finality, loss, and joy. Okay. Oh, these cards feel very heavy to me, Aquarius. So give me a second here. I'm just going to kind of say what I'm seeing, which is that we started off with this, with self-love. We started off with this joyful, opening kind of energy that is welcoming, inviting, and expansive. And there's a lightness and a sense of possibility in this energy. Nothing is set or fixed yet. All possibilities are a go. I really love this card because he's running on the water. And he's light enough that he can do that. And birds that run on the water in order to take off, to fly. So it's as if you were in the state of positive emotion that was promising greater heights. Yet, we hit the 10 of Swords. And the 10 of Swords looks like an ending, but it's not a true ending. And so there's a couple things going on here where this hasn't really ended, but you feel like there has been an end to this expansion and self-love and joy. It feels like it's done, and there may be a lot of dramatic circumstances around you supporting your feeling like that you've lost it. But when we get to the loss card, there have been losses, but there also have not been losses. We've got 3 cups, do I have this right? Yeah, 3 cups that are overturned, but 2 cups that are still lasting. So there's still something in the future. There are still possibilities open to you in the future, but there has been a loss because of the conflict. Because this Ace of Cups was not followed to the next stage, the 2 of Cups, the deeper communion with the other, and that can also mean a deeper communion within yourself. Because it was not followed to the next stage, it was cut off short. But all is not lost. It's just that the possibilities are less than before. And I know it doesn't feel nice for me to say that. But whereas we had this overflowing cup, now we have the water is more contained versus connected to the bigger source. It's contained, but the best thing you can do is just pick up, get your sights out of what has been lost and focus on what you still have and what you can still grow. You may also have to ask the assistance of other people to move you out of this state and to help you see it a different way, to help you benefit. Because there's a beating yourself up because of the losing of this energy here. The beating yourself is happening in this card. And that is not going to be productive for you, because what we really need to do is figure out how to get these down from the tree so they're actually useful to you. So there are different angles, there are different help, there's different help available for you. But I do feel like there's a sense of sadness because that joy and expansion you felt before is gone. It feels like it's been gone for a long time. And there's a fullness of knowing that you have allowed it to slip away. And there's a blaming yourself that it was your fault. And yes, it was the choice that made a consequence. But again, I just want to remind you of the Emperor. He's headed for up. He's headed for up. And keeping your head down and crying over what spilled milk, crying over what's already gone, isn't going to help you at all. You need to just look forward and figure out how you can shift your circumstance more positively from where you are. This joy will return at some point. It's not going to be incredibly soon. I have to tell you, because this pure expansiveness, there's a lot of stuff that has to break open for you first, but you haven't lost the essence of it. Okay, Aquarius, thank you for joining me and for sharing your time and energy. Always lovely to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.